It's just a lot of customers not wanting to
Okay, cool. So welcome everybody to the next F.U.E.L webinar. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brock Lassig. I'm with Cross Country Mortgage. And today we have a special guest that's actually a very close friend of one of our teams, the O'Donnell team with Sean and Annie. His name is Jonathan Fisher. He is a rock star out of San Diego, crushing business, has been for a long time, runs a great business, kills it in sales and with his SOI, which he's going to be talking a lot about today. Just a quick little intro on Jonathan, just to brag him up a little bit. So I was like, who is this guy that we're dealing with? Came as a referral from the O'Donnell team. So I just hop on AI. For those of you who aren't using AI, you should incorporate it more into your daily life. But I just say, who is Jonathan Fisher, realtor from San Diego? And the results I get are like outrageously good. I was like, wow, this is awesome. It's like a ridiculously good bio automatically. So out of curiosity, I'm like, all right, well, who is Brock Lassig, mortgage lender from Utah? Mine, unfortunately, was not nearly as good as Jonathan. So he is an absolute stud. Clearly, he is all over the internet. Huge person to be here, and we're very grateful for him investing some time into all of us to help you all grow a better business. Before we get going and let him dive into his presentation, I'm going to introduce our sponsor, which is my really good buddy and insurance agent, Alan Johnson. So a quick story on how I met Alan. I was with an insurance agent for, 15 years or something like that. Same insurance agent I had used forever with all of my personal stuff, referred all my clients to. And Alan came to me saying, hey, I want to work with you. And I said, well, you got to win the love of my team. And if you can do that, maybe you'll have a shot, because I don't tell people where to go for insurance. Well, it turns out that over about a year's time, he wins the love of my team and they start sending a bunch of business to him. And I'm like, what is going on with this dude? So I give him a shot at my own business, and he ends up saving me on all of my policies about $3,000 a year. It was kind of ridiculous. And I was a little bit irritated because, I'd been paying the same guy for 15 years and sent him hundreds of clients a year. So Alan won my love. He's an absolute stud, does so many great things for our business and supports us in a very big way. So Alan, dive in and give an intro about yourself.
Thank you so much, Brock. I appreciate you. But Brock actually mentioned the team aspect of it, and that's what I kind of bring to people. So I am a very team-oriented person. My team here, my staff, we are very team-oriented. And when I say that, I'm adding to your team. So just don't think of me as an insurance agent. I want to represent you. And that's the hard part for me, is finding someone equal or as good as I am to represent me. So I am one of those people. If you guys are really close to DTI issues are huge right now, just with the interest rates where they are. If you are close to DTI, my prices are so freaking low on the houses. Nobody can touch me in the state of Utah. And mentioning the state of Utah, I'm also licensed in 22 other states, and nobody can touch us in those states either. And the reason being is because we're not in any of the tornado alleys. We're not in any of the hurricane coastal areas. So we pass that savings on to your customers. Nobody can touch us. So if you are close to DTI, please let me be part of your team and let me represent you in quoting your customers so I can get that DTI down so they can approve for that loan. So, and that's probably the biggest stick I have, is actually saving customers and saving deals for lenders and real estate agents.
That's huge. Alan, thank you. We'll make sure that all of you have Alan's contact information. I would say at least just contact him, see how he can support your business and your clients' policies as they need them. Now, before we dive in, this will take 1 second, and letting Jonathan go in with his presentation, which is outstanding. I reviewed it before earlier this week. It's going to be very good, but I did want to plant a seed. Jonathan, like I said, he runs an outstanding team out of San Diego. He's one of the top producing guys in San Diego, runs a great business. He would be an amazing resource for you all realtors here that are in attendance to use as a referral partner to and from the San Diego and Utah market. So we'll make sure that you have his information by the end of this as well. But without further ado, Jonathan, please take it away.
Dude, I really appreciate it. That was the best intro I've ever received. And I've sent it to many people. So thank you so much. I'm honored to be here. I'm excited to be here. I have grown my business organically, and you'll see with the presentation, but it'll be pretty much explaining and showing you guys how you can grow your business through giving a proper experience, educating your clients, and also just growing your business through your SOI and just through referrals. As we know, social media has taken a big impact in real estate, but I think it's more important first to create your systems in place. That way you can be consistent and be able to scale your business. So scaling your business. So my name is Jonathan Fisher. I'm the team lead. I branded myself as the Fearless Agent when I first started. Now my team name, I have a DBA for Fearless Realty. We've been in the industry for 8 years. I've sold over 250 million in volume. My team and I have sold over 320 homes, and I lead a team of 8 agents. We were at Real Brokerage, and we just moved over to this startup company called Realty of America. I think there will be opening in Utah, and pretty exciting stuff because you can earn pre-IPO stocks, and they still do a rev share model. So it's just really starting from the ground floor. So really excited to be part of the new brokerage. So I'm really big on customer experience. The analogy I give is you can take your date to a nice steakhouse, let's say Ruth's Chris, and you can have a nice steak, you can have a nice glass of wine. But if your experience was shit, you're not going to go back, right? But if you go to Chili's, no expectation of the food, you order a beer on draft, but your server gave you a proper good experience, you're probably going to go back. So I'm just so big on providing a good client experience. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So we'll be going over the 11 steps of scaling your business to 50. And the beginning ones are going to be like you're going to be like, duh. But I just want to reiterate and explain, like, if you put your systems in place and you're consistent with asking for referrals in business, the leads, the referrals will come. So in the initial meeting, let's just say I get a intro text, I get a referral. I'll set up a phone call to introduce myself. I'll collect their information. Pretty much, I want to make sure I understand that my time is valuable, but I also respect my lending partner's time, right? So like if it's a not so good lead or unrealistic lead, I'm not going to waste my business partner's time, right? Maybe I'll put them in my drip campaign and then follow up with them. I would give them X amount of directions of like, okay, maybe we could do X, Y, and Z, and I'll follow up with you in 6 months rather than introducing them to the lender. That way I want them to be my client, right? So what I will do is collect their information. So I'll collect their email, their date of birth, and their mailing address. I have systems for everything. So they'll be placed on an email drip campaign. Right now I use Follow Up Boss. So they'll be receiving email drip campaigns. I will put them also on Follow Up Boss, their birthday, but also on my Google Calendar on their birthday, I will follow up with them. And then I do direct mail. So I'll ask for their mailing address. And instead of farming geographically, I farm my sphere. Any leads, any past clients, any friends, family. My direct mail list is about 350 people. They receive something in the mail every month. Let's just say that they do fit my criteria. So I'll set up a consultation, I'll set up a Zoom call, and then that's when I'll ask, do you have a referral? Who can we help? This is all about giving a proper experience, right? This is just the initial meeting. Then I'll do an email recap, just breaking down what are the next steps. Then I'll introduce the client to the lender via group text. I like to be in the know of everything of what's going on. That way I can hold my loan partners accountable, and then I'll mail them a thank you card.
Hey, Jonathan, I've got a quick question.
Yeah.
I would love to know from a standpoint of like, how are you asking for that referral? Because I think that's what so many salespeople struggle with. And this is something you're majorly successful at. I think all your business comes from your database, right? And referrals from your clients.
It's 100% SOI. Well, I would say 90% SOI, 10% social media.
which is outstanding. I mean, it's ridiculous. You don't spend a bunch of money on lead spend and you close a bunch of deals, much more than most agents close. So like, what is the magic sauce there? How through each step, how are you incorporating that ask for the referral?
Giving value. So we have PowerPoint presentations for everything. Like I said, our two philosophies is client education and client experience. So we have PowerPoints for everything. I have a buyer consultation, right? So we're just going to kind of go over, I'm going to be asking them questions kind of like their finances, assets, X, Y, and Z, and educating them. And once I drop the knowledge, then I ask for a referral. Then I'll introduce them to the loan officer. Once they're pre-approved, then I set up a buyer consultation. Now it's going over the buyer presentation. Why did I break those up into two? Because I want to earn their trust. I want to earn their referrals. And I also don't want to waste my lender's time, to be honest. Right? I have everything systematized that if they're not ready now, then I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to waste Brock's time. I would rather nurture them for whatever long, however much time it's going to take. If it's 3 months, 6 months, then follow up, set up a Zoom call, and then I can introduce them to Brock.
Yeah.
With time, I have learned to value my business partner's time as well as my time.
Yeah, that's excellent. So you do basically a discovery call before you do an actual buyer or seller presentation.
100%.
Got it. Okay, cool. That's good.
I promise that the first three slides are like, I know they're like common sense, but after that they'll be good in talking about systems and stuff. So the pre-approval process, remember, I did a group intro text because I want to be in the know. I want to be able to check in. Sorry, loan officers, but at the end of the day, this is my show. These are my clients that I'm introducing you. So like I create two different group texts, one with the loan officer and one me and the clients, and that's our safe space, right? And I let them know if anything, any worries, anything that you need, you can text me on this side. Then we set up the home buying process. Like I said, once they're pre-approved, again, cool. This is their third, I guess, touch. The first one was with me, the buyer consultation. They got pre-approved with the loan officer. Now their third presentation, we're educating them. We're asking again, okay, cool. You remember I asked you, you didn't have anybody. Who can we help now? Congratulations, you're pre-approved. And then during my home buyer process, I'll ask for, and this one's really important, what's your biggest pain point? So is it cash to close? Is it mortgage affordability with these rates? Most of the time it is going to be mortgage affordability. And I like to set expectations. So if it's both, or if it's mortgage affordability, cool. Remember, we're in San Diego, so price points are a lot more expensive over here. What we're going to do is we're going to reverse engineer our search. If you need closing costs for a 2-1 buy down, then we're going to strategically only look at homes that have been on the market for 2-3 weeks plus, right? That way we have the negotiation power to be able to negotiate 20,000 closing costs for that 2-1 buy down. I know out there you guys have a lot of new construction, which is really rad. There's a city called Temecula that's an hour away from us that has a lot of new construction. Guess what? In San Diego, we have new construction, not too much, but we do have new construction. They don't pay. San Diego's that competitive that the new construction is like, dude, we know that you're in a shortage of inventory, so we don't need you guys. The buyers that come in, we won't pay the agent, which is complete BS. But hopefully your takeaway was asking what their biggest pain point is and setting expectations. So if you know they need closing costs or credits for a 2-1 buy down, then don't send them properties that just hit the market. Set yourself up for success with the expectation that you're hopefully only going to go out once, show 3 to 5 properties, and that's it. Again, respect your time. This is your show. You're the professional. You have, you know how this is ran, so you set the expectations to your clients. If you don't, they're going to be the ones that are running the show.
Yeah, I love what you're saying there, Jonathan. Like having the systems in place and the confidence, knowing that you are the pro and you know how to handle this, and guiding your clients down there assertively, but obviously service first all the time, seems like that's like one of the magic pieces I'm hearing in your business that allows you to scale at the level you do.
Yeah, for sure. And thankfully now I really don't show properties. I run a team and I have showing agents and stuff like that. For those of you who are interested in like knowing more about that, pretty much if they just show the property, I still do the negotiations, I'll still do the inspection, but they'll receive 10% commission. So they're getting, for newer agents, they're getting experience. They can use those showings for social media, and they'll receive 10% of the commission at close of escrow.
That's good.
I don't pay them per showing. So if they only showed one property, then it is what it is, good for them, right? Or if they went out 5 different times, it is what it is, and they understand that.
That's great.
The home buying experience. So if you're noticing, every time you're talking with them, it's an opportunity to provide an experience. So when you're scheduling your showings, I would send them properties, and then they're going to send me back a few screenshots. This is what the homes we want to view. That's when I'll do the intro text to one of my showing agents, and then they'll schedule the showings, text the itinerary to our group chat, right? I want to be in the know of everything. I'll have them print the MLS sheets and put them in a folder. Before they head out to the showings, I have trained my team to text the clients to ask them what's their favorite beverage of choice, whether it's coffee, a tea, an energy drink, whatever. And we like to provide them, at least the first time that my showing agent meets them, they're at least coming with something. I'm Hispanic, so I was taught at a young age, you never show up empty-handed. So yeah, my agents are trained to always show up with a coffee or tea or water. After the showings, it's my responsibility to call, if they like one of the properties, to call the agent and collect the data. I do not work by having, I don't ask my clients, where do you want to come in? Absolutely not. I'm going to collect the data. They have X amount of offers. This is where they're at. And then I'll let the client know. I don't work like, let's submit an offer, go to church and pray, and hopefully God's going to give you the property. Like, absolutely not. We're data driven. We're going to collect the data. If there's no offers, then we know that we have the negotiation power, right? So I'm always looking for leverage, and my job is to get the client the property. If it's a better deal, fantastic. But at the end of the day, my job is to help the client acquire the property. As you guys know, properties will appreciate. So do you think that my clients from, dude, I don't know how it was over there, but in San Diego during COVID, homes were going 60, 80, 100,000 over ask. There's 20, 30, 40 properties, offers on every property. Sold as is, free rent back. It was a shit show. And sorry that I curse. I know Utah, maybe some people don't curse on my.
You're good. It was a nightmare here. Same exact thing. You know, one thing that I wanted to just mention, as I'm hearing something, I want to maybe underscore the tone that I'm hearing and maybe get you to affirm it and speak to it. But for the realtors listening in, what I'm hearing that's making Jonathan so successful, I mean, we know tons and tons of realtors, and what I'm hearing is like he takes a very practical, non-emotional approach to his business while always putting the client's experience at the forefront, but not allowing the emotions of the client, frankly, and himself and the seller, so on and so forth, to dictate how the transaction is going to go. You're just, I mean, it's so practical, but you're also providing a great service. And in the end, by doing it that way, you're not allowing emotions to cloud the experience for the client, which is super powerful.
100%. And something to notate also is, remember, when you're a buyer's agent, you're calling the listing agent, you're pretty much interviewing for the job of working with him. If you're difficult with the listing agent on that phone call, I mean, why would they want to work with you? Why would they want to select your offer? Even if it's higher, they would probably be more transparent with the other offer. Hey, dude, if you come up to this price point, I'll accept you because you're easy to work with. You're not, right? So at the end of the day, I see negotiations as good communication, collaborative. At the end of the day, we all have a goal, the same goal, right?
Well, it's so data driven. I mean, you're just giving your clients the information. You have expertise in the market. So it's not like a cross your fingers and hope for the best or a pray and hope you get the house. It's like, this is the data. Here's the approach. I think we can win by doing this. And then you just go act like a pro and win the offer. That's huge.
Yeah, and I set the expectation that we will win, right?
Yeah.
I'll get the information. I do have a good reputation. Like, if you tell me, if you do what I tell you, we will win for the most
Yep.
part. I
That's
would,
huge.
I would guess 92% of the time we will win. Um, and what I was saying with the COVID and so many offers and all that stuff, do you guys think that our clients give a shit that they overpaid 80,000 4 years ago? In San Diego, the homes have appreciated like 300,000 and they're locked in at a low rate. So do you think they even remember, oh, dude, like I wanted to come in $5,000 less? Absolutely not. So it's our job to set the expectation, and we're in it to win it. This is, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but this is not our hobby. A lot of our clients going through Zillow and Redfin, that is their hobby and they enjoy it. Dude, we do this for a living, and efficiency is going to be your best friend if you're trying to scale. Okay, opening escrow. So once we open escrow, like I said, we have a Zoom call for everything, education for everything. So consultation, home buying process, opening escrow. We also do them for the final walkthrough, and then I do an annual review that I'll go over later on. Pretty much talking about equity. Do they have a good CPA? Do they have a trust? But we'll talk about that in a little bit. So every time we open escrow, we send a box of brownies. I'm really big on gifting and touches, right? Staying top of mind and touches. So they'll receive a box of cookies. It costs like $20 for that with the shipment. And then we'll set up our Zoom call. We'll go over EMD, inspection, appraisal. Again, setting the expectations. Every property is going to have 40, 50 things wrong with it. We're looking for the high ticket items. So we're going to be requesting 4 or 5 things. That's it. After the education, again, who can we help? Ask for the referral. And again, inspections to expectations. I reiterate to my business partner, the loan officer, hey, dude, you handle your thing, I handle mine. If you need anything, of course, we're collaborative, but you do your thing. I don't overstep my boundaries. I think when I was coming up in the industry, I came up with any, and maybe I was really not difficult, but I was really passionate, right? Now it's like I let my loan partners do their thing, do our thing. At the end of the day, this is our career, our job, but it's not our life. We all have families that we should attend to and other priorities.
Yeah. Hey, we do have one quick question that I think is a really valuable one. Lots of people are probably considering, which is if a potential client is not from your SOI or a warm referral, online lead, something like that, how are you selling yourself as the authoritative figure to be in the driver's seat, like you're explaining? How are you navigating that with the cold leads that you get?
Yeah, great question. I handle it the same way, the same confidence, but I do maybe add that I do own multiple properties. I am an investor. I have multiple homes. So I practice what I preach, right?
Mm.
And in our consultations, in our buying process, we at the end we set the expectation that, dude, like this is your first property, but this is a relationship forever. I mean, I'm gonna help you scale, whether this is a condo to in a few years you're gonna upsize, or single family residence. I don't know about over there, but over here, ADUs are really, really game changer, a big thing
Mm.
now. So whether it's adding an ADU and then you can rent both those units out for cash flow, and then we're gonna buy the next property. I'm setting the expectation that they're this is not their first and only purchase, right?
So you're basically selling a vision for them. That's how you're setting yourself apart.
I'm selling a legacy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're confident in what you deliver. You know you're a pro. You know you have the best team, but you're selling a vision, which your competitors are not. They're sitting there kind of backpedaling on a cold lead as opposed to on their toes, authoritative, getting excited and passionate about what they know that they can provide for these people.
Yes, and I
Cool.
am the most transparent person you'll meet. I will
Love it.
share the wins and I will share my losses. I did some investments in Texas that went terribly wrong. Other investments have gone very well, and those in particular, I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So because of those experiences and those struggles, my clients will never have to go through it,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So
big.
just being transparent and humble and keeping it real. And I'm just myself. I believe in authenticity, and I recommend all you guys just be yourselves. If you guys have tattoos, show them, don't hide them. If you curse, be yourself. If they don't want to work with you, then don't change who you are for anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do business much easier that way. Just to manage expectations on time, we have probably 20 more minutes to get through the content. So just FYI.
I'll be super quick. Closing experience. We do a final walkthrough presentation. Like I said, again, congratulations. We're gonna close in 3 days. Go over like utilities, all that good stuff. Who can we help? This is something I want to implement. Working on this last night, I was like, dude, I should start asking who's gonna attend, because maybe we can have more people attend their closing, and that could be additional referrals. We create a closing experience with balloons, confetti, food, video, etc. And then I'm starting to think that instead of gifts, I might start taking my clients out to dinner. That way it's more personal, and you can really just continue to build the relationship. If anybody has any ideas, I would love any ideas of how to enhance the closing experience, or any like really cool gifting ideas. I'm all for it. All right, systems. I don't know if all you guys have your systems tied in, but for me, what works for me is, of course, like practice what I preach, confidence, education, but it's really staying top of mind, and I do it better than any other realtor that I know. So CRM, drip campaign, social media engagement. Remember, like social media is intended to engage with your clients. Monthly newsletter. I do have an assistant, so she draws up my newsletter. That's once a month. Direct mail, my sphere. Like I said, I don't geographically farm a sphere. I farm my. I'm sorry, I don't geographically farm an area. I farm my sphere. So anybody who knows me will once a month receive something in the mail. Letter of the heart. This is where I get personal and vulnerable, and I send this once a quarter. Now I email it before I would stuff it in envelopes and direct mail it. But this is where I share my wins, I share my losses, I share my vulnerability. Um, my wife is expecting, example, or we didn't have the best Q1, but if you're receiving this letter, it's because you're important to us, and we appreciate every like, comment, repost, share, referral, X, Y, and Z. And like you said, Chat GPT, if you're not using Chat GPT, dude, I don't know if it's me, but I think it's gotten better, dude. Like it will take you 3 minutes, just write the bullet points of what you want, and it'll clean it up. And then you can even still say like, okay, like make it more emotional, make it more professional, whatever, right? Birthdays, you should have systems for your clients' birthdays. Every client is on not only my CRM, but also on my Google Calendar. So I know every morning whose home anniversary it is and whose birthday it is. Every Monday, my assistant will come in the office and be like, X, Y, and Z, these people's birthdays. Who do you not want me to send a birthday card to? Because as you know, we lose clients, we lose relationships, we lose friendships. It is what it is. Home anniversaries, I automate home anniversaries. So there's a website called sendoutcards.com. So it's automated. They'll receive a box of brownies, a home anniversary card. It costs, I think, $22. But I stopped doing it for a year, and that was really stupid, because let's just say it was 100 past clients for $20, 22 bucks. That's $2,200. I guarantee you, I missed out on at least one deal, at least one. Over here, the commission will probably be, I don't know, 16,000. So it was just stupid of me. You know what I mean? So I'm going back to old school right now. Yes, social media is important. Podcasts are important, but having your systems and the old school way is, I think, even more important, staying top of mind. Client events, we do more client events than any realtor that I know. We do it every 2 months. We have a happy hour this Thursday. I always get the loan officer to cover the beer tab. We usually do breweries. We specifically choose during the week, and we specifically choose a brewery that does not have a kitchen and they only have a food truck. We don't have to cover the food. We offer 2 drink tickets. We'll do things for the kids. This time we have a face painter, a caricature artist, free beer, popcorn. The food truck will be there, and we're raffling off like a TV. But it's so important to stay top of mind to your people. Who, if you don't drink, that's all good. Figure out what things you can do to stay top of mind. If you're not doing, you don't have to do it like every 2 months or every 3 months. But I would say at the very least, you should be doing an event for your clients twice a year, at the very least. And you can get people to help you sponsor it, as long as, of course, as long as you're reciprocating business to them. Don't ask for shit if you're not giving them business. I hate when people ask before receiving. You know what I mean?
Yep, 100%.
Or before giving value. And then this is a beautiful thing that I do, an annual review. So, okay, Brock, like you purchased 4 years ago, you have about 300,000 in equity. So that's amazing, dude. What are your goals with that? Are you looking to do a HELOC and invest? Are you looking to upsize? I know you had you guys have a baby on the way. What are your goals? Oh no, you guys are good. You guys are tied to that rate. Okay, no worries. Do you have a good financial planner? My goal, I promised you, is to help you scale your your financial wealth, or let's just say that, right? So not only through real estate, but I have the resources. Do you have a good financial planner? Do you have a good CPA? Okay, you're good on that. Let's play defense now. You did have a kid. Is your property in a trust? No, let's put your property in a trust. I'm going to introduce you to my trust attorney. Or do you have life insurance?
Mm.
Term
So it's
policy.
just you're continuing to sell the vision and helping just be a strategic advisor, basically, no whether there's a transaction or not.
100%.
Yeah, that's big. Couple questions. So I
Multiple.
wanted to highlight one thing. If you guys didn't catch it when I said it, he just repeated it. Chat GPT or any sort of GPT system, leveraging that for writing newsletters, writing emails, creating content, whatever. It's unbelievably good. And I agree, it is getting better. The other thing I heard is sendoutcards.com, an automated gifting campaign for the home anniversaries, which is brilliant. I mean, people, if you, they feel like you care about them if they get something in the mail. I know I do. I don't think about like, oh, this wasn't very thoughtful. So that's really good. Are there any other systems that you think are absolutes that people should be considering here?
HomeBot is $25 a month. It's automated home valuations.
And by the way, team, we can actually help sponsor to discount that as well. If you hit us up, the loan officer that invited you to this, hit them up and we can get you on the HomeBot platform on our side as well.
Yeah, that one's great because you can see who opened it and it's just a way of your face is on there. So just, I'm staying top of mind so many different ways. My clients see my face somehow, not counting social media, probably 5, 6 times a month.
Wow. Now there's one additional,
in like a humble way. Not, I don't think it's in an annoying way because I'm cool with all of them, right?
Right. You're not in their face, but you're providing value basically.
I hope so.
One question, how do you encourage a high open rate for your newsletter? Are there tricks and hacks that you're using to get people to read that?
To be honest, dude, I don't like rejection. I don't think not many people do, so I don't even check the open rate.
Okay. You're blind to it. Fingers crossed, hope for the best.
But actually something that we just started doing for our direct mail is now, because I was trying to do raffles on social media to get like a bigger audience and stuff. And because I know some realtors do that and they've had success with it. Maybe I'm not the most consistent or whatnot. So I started doing monthly raffles with my direct mail with a QR code. And our first one 2 months ago, we had 96 people out of like the 350 people scan, and we raffled off like $100 gift card to a restaurant. But that was really cool too, man. So we have a happy hour this Thursday, and in person, I'm gonna take the direct mail and be like, hey, all you guys are receiving this. If you're not, go to my assistant, give her your mailing address. But you guys are all receiving this. Make sure it's a chance to win a free $100, man. Like
That's smart.
You know, so just so many ways to stay top of mind.
Yeah, and keep them engaged. I mean, people love free stuff. If you're a good professional in their life, bringing value, but then giving them something extra, that's a really good idea.
We're short on time, so I'm just going to recommend the book Giftology. If no one has read this, it's pretty much the power of gifting And with time, if you're consistent with it, pretty much the law of reciprocation, right? Not every client is going to reciprocate, but at the end of the day, it's a numbers game. But it's a short read. It's really, really good. It's this dude was working for Cutco Knives, and he scaled his business by just gifting. So I definitely recommend it. If it's if you like Audible, it's a short Audible. Highly recommend.
Hey, real quick, where do you recommend QR codes generated from? Somebody's asking that question. Do you use a certain service?
Yeah, we just changed over. We were using MailChimp for newsletters, and we just let me ask my assistant really quick.
Okay, cool. He's leveraged. That's what I was hoping your answer would be.
Yeah. Hey, dude, what's the platform that we use for the newsletters and the QR codes? She'll get back
Cool.
to me right
Cool.
now. But that platform is really, really cool. It could do a bunch of different stuff. We even now put QR codes on our listing signs. So we're definitely trying to be more innovative and collect more data.
That's awesome.
Social media, I can definitely do a much better job at these two. I don't think I'm that great. If I bettered it, it's called Flow Desk. F-L-O Desk. I highly recommend it. Flow Desk. But doing stories, man, being authentic and people knowing who you really are. Yeah, we do well in business, but I think I could do a much better job at storytelling and sharing my losses as well as my wins, or sharing my everyday. I try to be kind of personal, so I don't do that, but I think I could do a much better job. Value add.
Hey, one
Questions?
little nugget there on storytelling. I think that's something that all of us salespeople could do a better job at. It's really the difference between the best and the ones that are trying. I heard on a podcast the other day, Moth Radio, moth like the thing that flies around, Moth Radio. It's a podcast, and it's all about storytelling. Like, they're professional storytellers basically, and they kind of coach you on how to do that. So that's something y'all could tune into as well.
I wonder why they chose that branding. That's terrible branding.
I know it's weird. I don't understand it, but
But pretty much these are just ways for social media, as you guys probably all know. Stories, testimonials, value added Q&A, questions and polls, a carousel post. So like having multiple photos, I know that does really good for Instagram. Link to exclusive information, showcase properties. If you're starting business out there in Utah, dude, you guys have so much new construction and they pay well with all these incentives. If you don't have clients, dude, fake it till you make it and look busy. Look busy. Have your significant other or your team member, both you guys go out there, record each other, create the content, look busy. Take your sold sign and dude, fake it till you make it. Sold this community, blah, blah. If you didn't sell it, who fucking cares? I mean, you're putting yourself out there. I know it's uncomfortable, but just if you're consistent, you'll be successful at some point. Just with being consistent. Behind the scenes, staying top of mind, consistency, call to action. That's something I could do much better too. Asking for more business and all that stuff through social media, and then direct messages. There's been so many times that I have new follows and I don't send them a direct message, and 3 months pass by and I see that they purchased with someone else. They obviously followed me for a reason, and all I needed to do was just probably message them and introduce myself. I know there's ManyChat, that's like an automation for Instagram messaging. I haven't used it because I do try to be organic, but I need to do a much better job of being consistent at messaging new followers.
yeah, that's smart. Hey, there is one question. Is there a platform on your newsletter, or that platform you use, which I think was Flow Desk? Is that video friendly as well? Can you record videos and get them in the newsletter?
I'm gonna be super honest. I haven't even opened it. My
Got
assistant
it.
does.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're probably not doing videos in that.
I'm
One
not.
to answer that question, one platform that we've used a lot on our team is Vidyard. VID yard, like video yard, but vid yard. That's a good one that makes it simple to get out videos in a newsletter format, for those of you that are asking. And then I think at the end here, Jonathan, you'll have a way for them to connect with you, right? Sign up for your newsletter and get your stuff.
Sure, I'll put my information.
Okay, we'll make sure that we have that. Cool.
But the Flowdesk also allows you to do like a bunch of hyperlinks. So like it's really clean, and we always do like a restaurant of the month or mortgage rates. I recently got my NMLS. I'm not looking to originate, but now I can collect referral fees and do refinances. So I'm like really hitting that hard to my SOI. Like, dude, I can do refinances now, right? So that's pretty cool too. If you're a realtor, tracking your numbers is as important as putting out content. You should know your leads, breaking down from month, quarter, annual. You should know your referrals. I personally track everything from when I first started. So I know that my referrals, I've been in the industry almost 9 years. I close at a 42% referral close rate. So out of all the, I can even show you guys, if you guys think I'm bullshitting. You should definitely know your numbers. This is my career leads or referrals I've received. Orange is they didn't work out. Green, I closed. White is maybe they still work out. Out of 312 referrals I've received, I've closed 126. So I've closed at a 40%. And with out-of-state referrals, so I still made income. I have closed at a 43% rate. So you should definitely know. I track my my leads as well. I track percentages. I personally don't do open houses, showings, offers, but I think if you're a newer agent, just getting in the habit of doing that, I think it would be really cool for you to know, like, okay, I need to do 5 open houses to close 1 transaction. Well, guess what? If you know your numbers, shit, dude, maybe you're doing 3 or 4 open houses a week, or you're doing 5 open houses a week, and you're prospecting while you're at the open house, and now you're opening a new escrow every week, right? Like that. I think that's where the benefit of knowing your numbers. It's a mindset thing, dude. My lead conversion, because it's mostly SOI and referrals, is about 33%. So I know if I get 3 leads, if I get 6 leads in the week, I know that at some point I'm probably going to close 2 of them.
Yeah, that's great. And it just creates a much more predictable business. You're not aimlessly trying to figure things out. It's very predictable. So cool. Well, we got a couple more minutes, so let's bust through these last 2.
Cool. Yeah, I've never bought leads. Everything's been organic. So really quick, B2B, that's another opportunity for you to grow your business. So your CPA, financial planner, insurance agent, attorneys, divorce attorneys, estate planners. These are all people that can help you grow your business. But I think it's so important. First, use their services to know that they're credible. And secondly, refer them business. Once you're referring them business, then you ask for reciprocity. You can do a Google review for them. They can do one for you. And that's how you can just little by little grow those relationships. Also invite them to the happy hours, put them in all your drip campaigns, your newsletters, all that good stuff, staying top of mind to your B2B. And last but not least, I'm not doing it this year, but this was my bread and butter. For my VIP clients, we would do a VIP referral dinner. I'm in San Diego. I don't know if you guys heard of Coronado. It's a beautiful island in San Diego. Again, strategically during the week, I would invite, let's just say, 25 of my VIP clients and their significant other or a +1. So let's just say 20 people show up. So what they're significant, 40 people show up. All they can drink, but I strategically do it during the week, so they close early as well, and they have to go to work the next day. And usually it would cost me about $6,000 for that VIP referral dinner, and I would split it with the loan officer. So it would cost me $3,000 to be in front of 20 VIP referral dinners, and all I want to do is automate one closed referral next year. So if that's $15,000 times 20 people, that dinner of $3,000 just made me $300,000. So if you can just have that mindset of staying top of mind, giftology, gifting, and also taking care of your VIPs, I think you'll scale your business much faster. And then
Yeah. Plus, it's less messy. It's not so you're not worrying about so much stuff. It's keeping it very simple. You're just caring for those that support your business.
100%.
Yeah, it's good.
Really nurturing those relationships. And I really like Willy Wonka. So I love the idea of a golden ticket invite. We would do the golden ticket invite. If I was more of a baller, and maybe once I start doing luxury, maybe I'll even cover like their Ubers. I think that would be like super pimp, and
That would be fun.
enhancing the experience, right? But I'm not there yet.
Yeah, that's awesome. There is one question. Do you have a template, or could you get us a link for people to download your Google Sheet for the referral tracking?
I actually do.
Sweet.
So I actually, how do I get off this?
And it looks like there's some people following you on social, so make sure you connect with them.
Very cool. I'm just gonna send you guys this. It's for my team. It's called the Hub, and you'll see all the resources that we have. For any of you team leads or any of you guys, to be honest, I think branding is super important, but also having really being true to yourself and having core values for your business. That's how you're gonna be successful. My core values for my team is legacy, innovation, accountability, collaboration, authenticity, and financial literacy. That's how we run our business. But on here, you'll be able to see Fearless team. You can just play with it. You're welcome to see all our presentations as well. So this is all resources for my team. That way, I'm like delegating my time. So hopefully, dude, we should have a bunch of the stuff on here. Check here first. If you don't find it, then you can call me, right? I'm trying to
Yeah,
like get my time back. But here, let me put this on the chat.
that's
But go
huge.
to
Thank you for sharing that. That's
first
amazing, man. Huge value.
tracker, and then you'll be able to see my success tracker. So yes, I have a CRM, but I'm kind of old school, man. And I use a success tracker. So this is for my team. These are in escrow, the team member's name, who's in escrow, the lender, blah, blah, blah. These are active, coming soon, and follow-up listings, people that are looking out of state, assumable loans. These are just my people. The escrow are maybe some other team members, but this is like my database. I also work with assumable loans. So VA, FHA assumable loans, active buyers, people that are getting pre-approved, and people I have to follow up, right? So this is my own method to my madness. But you can also download this cheat sheet on here. So there'll be a cheat sheet for a success tracker. There'll be a cheat sheet for a transaction. So this is what you'll be pretty much downloading, and you'll just get a copy. But it's so important to track your numbers, the addresses, your commission. You're a business owner, so you should know exactly what you're making. And then you can, if you're consistent with it, you can look back and be like, okay, Q1 last year this year I beat it, blah, blah, blah. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you need to track everything.
Gamify the business. Make it fun.
Referral trackers right there, lead trackers right there, direct mailing list, and then home anniversary. Direct mailing list is super duper simple, and that's why I really encourage you guys. I'm doing a competition for November right now. Like I said, I just got my NMLS license. I hung it like in the in the same office building. So I did a competition. I paired up one of my team members with one of the loan officers, and I'm encouraging them to create their direct mailing list, create, add to their CRM X, Y, and Z, because next month, that's when we're gonna incorporate all the systems. Now that they have all the lists, now you guys are gonna be investing in doing direct mail, doing the newsletter, X, Y, and Z, right?
That's awesome.
All you need is name, address, and city, state, zip code.
Yep. Simple. Can you give us the link there, Jonathan?
Yes, sir.
We'll make sure that we save that. And we'll, for those of you in attendance, we'll get a follow-up as well, email out with Jonathan's info, Alan's info, and then we'll provide this link to Jonathan's systems as well.
Yeah, but I hope you guys got something out of it. Again, my apologies for cursing if I offended it.
Passionate, man.
It's seriously nothing personal. It's just how I express myself. So apologies to you.
You're
But-
good, man. No, I appreciate it. This has been amazing. And the surprise takeaway at the end, I think, is super powerful. So Jonathan, thanks for investing your time. I know that your time is valuable and you didn't have to do this. So thank you for investing in us. And if there's anything we can do for you, lean on us. Team, remember, he's a great referral partner for San Diego. I'm sure he could send some clients that are moving to Salt Lake out to you guys as well, or anywhere here in Utah. So be sure to connect with him. He's a stud. But again, Jonathan, thank you so much. And everybody, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you. And then one last thing, thank you, Brock, and thank you, Annie. I have personally worked with both of them and I can vouch for them. They're amazing referral partners as far as loan officers. So you're on here for a reason. So they have my support and trust.
Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate you, man. You're a stud. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.